Hello all and welcome back. Fundamentals of computer networking. So in this class we are going to understand I can say one scenario first. Let me tell you one scenario, so you just understand the scenario. From there we'll start the class. Imagine you have a company. You are working in a company. There is a building where all client members are working here, client members, and there is another building is a data center. Okay, there are many floors in the building. Each floor consider has many servers. There are so many servers are there in the building. Consider this is your data center. This is how data centers look like, no? So I am using these images from Google only. Okay, so these are these data center. It seems to be rack. No, it's a data center. It's another building in the same campus. Now many people, office employees, working inside the building with their client PCs, laptops, desktops. So many client PCs are there inside the building. All these clients and these computers and servers are interconnected via some cables here. Okay, fiber optical cable or high speed bandwidth connection cables are connected here. So now so many clients are working in the right side building, so many servers are there in the left side building. In this left side building, so many servers are there. There will be so many data operators will be there. Data centers operators. You are one of the operator in the data center. Okay, you got a job in the data center. You are operating all the servers. Not you, your team. You are one of the fellow in that. So what I am going to tell you, you came one day morning. You are just checking all the server status up and running. Everything is going fine. Suddenly one message or one ticket, one phone call to come to your number regarding in this building one person who's sitting in the building, he is not able to access his file share. Okay, there is one server running with some folders, some data folder. That data folder cannot be accessed. He is supposed to access the data folder. There is one server running with file server which has some data folder. That folder is not able to access by this user. So this is a request coming to you. It's a problem. So okay, what you will do, you will directly run to this PC, the person. You have to attend that call. What you will do, tell me. You have lot of things to do, right? You will check the network connectivity. How do you check the network connectivity? Maybe most of you thinking ping, yes, ping. Yeah, if you are thinking about ping, that's absolutely right answer. But before, if you are not thinking about ping, I will tell you something what you may are thinking about. So you came here to troubleshoot, okay, to solve the problem. First, what you will do, you will check the computers, local computers, whether that employee is accessing the right path or not, the right server. They will type / some IP / some name. He will check. First you will check that path, what he is going to access the path, whether he is going to access the same department folder or different department folder. We don't know, no? Then later his computer is okay. Then file server path is absolutely fine. Again what you will do, you ran and go to the floor in the top and enter into the data center and go to the server which is going to access and check whether the server is up and running, or whether the server is running means it is in hang state. If it is hang, why it is hang, what is the log alert, you understand this. So these are the troubleshooting concepts. Before that, say when somebody called you and you go here and try to troubleshoot, try to solve the problem from here. No problem here. Again you go here and try to solve. See, it is very difficult directly you go for troubleshooting. Why? Because before knowing the problem, we have to know what is the problem and where is the problem first. So any computer in the client building wanted to try to access the server, they must have connectivity establishment. They must have proper connectivity. There are a lot of other stuffs are there. Okay, in between firewall will be there. Firewall will may not allow the port number. Firewall will may block the port number, and the server port number is disabled. Server firewall will be there. Path will be there. User restrictions will be there. Read access different. We have different types of problems here. But before going to solve the problem, we have to identify what is the problem, and before what is the problem, where is the problem. Okay, in a complex network environment, if you are going to try to solve the problem, you need a weapon called network weapon, ping. I used to call weapon. If you are telling this is ping command, means yes, this is command only. Some of you may tell ping is a tool, means yes, it is tool only. But in some situation, this ping is known as a weapon. Okay, weapon. What happens with this weapon? How can you solve this problem? Let me do something. I will create a small setup. Imagine you have a computer VM1, that virtual machine's IP address is 10.0.0.10. There is another computer in the same network, 10.0.0.220, 1020. VM1 10 IP address, VM2 20 IP address. Now these two computers are in the same network. These two computers are in the Hyper-V virtual machine. If you don't have any knowledge of Hyper-V, please go watch the playlist of in my YouTube channel of you can find here the playlist is virtualization. Let us go with now. You can, if you want to watch, but it is in Tamil language only, it is not in English. Now I came back here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take two computers from my setup. Okay, I have my own setup. This is Azure virtual machine. In that Azure virtual machine, I created 5 VMs inside the Hyper-V. So I'm using this virtual machine one. I go click connect. In that virtual machine, I have already opened command prompt. It is ready. I will check the IP address and virtual machine IP address. As I told you in the diagram, I configured the IP address is 10.0.0.10. In which computer? VM1. I am in VM1. 10.10 is the IP address, and I will go to VM2, and I also change the color, command prompt color, so that you can easily understand. Host name, this I am in VM2, IP config. So now my computer is ready. Okay, now I wanted to check the connectivity. Let me go to VM1. I go to VM1. Many of you already know this, okay, but even though I have to tell from my side, because it is a part of the playlist, I have to introduce this weapon ping command. Ping 10.0.0. host IP 20 IP 2 dots 1 dot enough. Enter. What happens, what happens here when you ping, this computer, okay, the VM1 will generate request, ICMP request. ICMP, we will discuss what is ICMP in detail in the next class. ICMP. Before that, we have to understand ARP. Then what is the IP address ARP difference? Then we have to understand something called relation between IP address. Relation between IP address and MAC address. So there are a lot of things are there which I am going to cover. Let us understand what happens when you ping. When you ping from one PC to another device, not only computer, no, you can ping to your laptop, you can that is also computer. You can ping to your mobile phone, you can ping to your printer, you can ping to any network device, router, switch, firewall, load balancer, any device you can ping. So when you ping, what happens? Immediately ICMP will come into the picture. ICMP. So ICMP is the request message. It will generate one request message. Request. ICMP request. This request will goes from 10.0.0.10 to 10.0.0.20. This request will go source IP this, destination IP this. It will create some dummy data. I used to call dummy data. It will create 32 bytes of data. 32 bytes of packet. We used to call packet. It's a packet. This packet will send to VM2. Okay, VM2. Once the VM2 receives this ICMP request, that computer will immediately respond back. Why? Because he is 10.0.20, no? This computer will respond back with a reply. Same amount of data will be replied. Request went, then reply is coming from 10.0.20 to 10.0.10. So when reply came back, when you see the reply, and you will see the message in the command prompt, reply from 10.20, so and so message. Would you like to see that? Let's go here, see this. I am pinging 10.20, reply from 10.20, 32 bytes of data. How much time it took to go and come? Round trip time. Where is this? See, round trip time. What is round trip? You go from here and come back to same place where you started. That is called round trip, no? So here round trip time, the first packet take equals to 1 millisecond. Other packets are taking less than 1 milliseconds. Why this? We will discuss in the next class. We have a proper reason. Always the first packet takes some milliseconds delay. Next all the packets will get fast. The first packet sometimes will be drop. We will understand. I am going to teach in the routing in depth level, networking in depth level. So you need not to take any training. These are the enough knowledge to go to study any technology, advanced technology. So round trip time is 1 millisecond. Just leave this TTL. We will discuss. We'll have a separate the architecture and separate story for the TTL value, time to live. So what I am trying to say, when you ping from Windows computer, it will generate one packet, another packet, 4 packets. Why? Because 4 packets are sent, 4 packets are received. All these times happen in milliseconds. Maximum 1 millisecond. Average all this 0. Why? Because 2 computers are in the same network. It's getting fast. If you ping to google.com from your local computer laptop, ping google.com in your command prompt, no, it may take 30 milliseconds, 40 milliseconds, sometimes more than 100 milliseconds. Depends on the internet speed, depends on the bandwidth you have, depends on the distance of the server, depends on the traffic in the network. The time will vary. Okay, there are so many parameters are there to decide the time. But here in my concept, I have 2 virtual machines running in the same Hyper-V server. No disturbance, nobody is disturbing in this network. Only 2 persons are there. They are communicating each other. Almost 0 millisecond here. So by this way we will be able to communicate. We check the connectivity by using this command. This is what I am trying to say. So in that scenario, no, when you come back to the scenario where we started the story, the person who sits here, you go there, you take his laptop, open command prompt and identify the file server name or IP address. You open command prompt, ping with IP name or IP address. When you ping enter, what happens? If you are getting response, reply, no, then the connectivity will be there. There is no problem with the connectivity. Firewall is allowing ICMP, everything. But when you try to access the file share, then you have to check whether the file share port number is allowed in the firewall or not. Whether the path is given, the folder path is given, whether his right path or not. Or next, whether the permission what he has to access the folder, whether it is able to access or not. So finally, ping is a command to easily identify the problem. Now we are getting response, no problem. But what happens if I do something problem? What I will do, I will go to VM2, I will connect VM2, I will disable the NIC card of VM2. I open network connections, I disable NIC card, disable. Now the problem is in destination side. When the problem is destination side, when I try pinging with the same, what happens? I am pinging to same computer, which is the NICAD disabled state. What I am getting reply? My requests are sent. My requests are sent. I am not able to get the response. Then that's why I am getting request timeout. And two messages are request timeout. That the two messages, my NICAD itself saying, my NICAD, my interface 10.10 is there, 10.10, my interface itself saying, boss, the destination computer you are going to reach, host means computer, the destination computer is unreachable, I am not unable to reach. Okay, 4 sent, 4 received. Who sent these two messages? By himself. Okay, so by looking at this message, client, that user will identify the problem is in destination computer, not this computer. This is clear. I sent, but I am not able to get received properly. If even though I am receiving some messages, it is error message, it's not success message. Too last. Okay, now what I will do, I will make this on, I will enable. Once I enable, I go back to this VM1, I will ping again. Now I am getting proper successful response. I will do one thing, I will disable my own NIC card. I am disabled my own NIC card. I am pinging now, ping transmit failed, general failure. Okay, see, when you have a problem with the destination computer, you are getting some different messages. When you have problem with the source computer, because see, you disable your NIC card, you are trying to ping. However, packet sent, where sent? Actually didn't send. Packet didn't go anywhere. Packet sent, it's showing this. The packet is sent from the from the command prompt, from the computer to NICAD sent, not from NICAD. Here ping transmit failed, general failure. What could be the reason for this error? It could be your NICAD problem, NICAD drivers problem, network problem. Network means the routing table root problem. We'll understand that in the later class in routing logic. Routing NICAD problem, firewall problem. If sometimes firewall will block to go outside, we will understand firewall in separate playlist. So this way we will identify all these problems. So once you enable this NICAD again, you try pinging again, and you are getting successful reply. So when you have a connectivity both side, smooth pinging. If you have problem with the destination side, request timeout message, destination and host unreachable message. When you have a problem with source computer, ping transmit failed, general failure. These are the error messages sending by whom? Sending by ICMP. So ICMP is the protocol. ICMP is the protocol that originates requests, receives replace. If the problem side, if the problem is in destination side, it will get the error and show the user error, and if the problem is in source side, it will also tells that error. Imagine you are pinging but the ping respond is blank, nothing will come. So what happens? Will you identify the problem where the problem is? No, right? So to identify the problem, we have to ping first. Ping will give clearly where the problem is. If you find where the problem is, then you can find what is the problem. It could be firewall problem, NICAD problem, network problem, or drivers problem, or computer problem. It could be any problem. First we have to identify where the problem is, then next is what is the problem. Once you identify what is the problem, then it is easy to troubleshoot the problem. I hope you all understood this. This is a ping process. In the next class, I am going to explain how ping actually will transmit the data, how ping originally requested originated, and what is the role play of ARP, how MAC address will plays a key role, and what is the relation between both IP address and MAC address. All this can be captured with a Wireshark. Next class I am going to introduce a Wireshark tool. That Wireshark will help you to capture all the traffic, and then we'll proceed to the next. So by this way we will keep learning in the networking and will become strong. If you find if you have your laptop, please prepare the setup like having 2 computers, so that you can easily ping pong, you do all this process. We need minimum 3 computers. If 5 computers are is more than enough, 3 computers is minimum. Try to do something. So I think we'll see you in the next class. Thank you.